Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another interesting topic on Vedic astrology today. And today we'll be talking about, once again, the zodiac signs and the wisdom given to us by the ancient sages as far as zodiac signs, the 12 zodiac signs are concerned, and how it can help us in various in various aspects of our life, so as to say. So we did discuss about the classification of those 12 zodiac signs into movable, fixed, and dual signs, and there's a video on that, so I will recommend please go ahead and watch it. Then we did talk about what are male signs and what female signs in one of the videos, and what zodiac signs are considered to be cruel and what zodiac signs are considered to be benefic, or saumya as it's called in Sanskrit. So that is a very, very important part of the classification, because it helps us find the right relationships in our lives. So there's another video on that, so please go ahead and watch that. I would recommend strongly. And today we'll be talking about another classification given to us by the ancient sages. And by the way, once again, I keep repeating myself that all my videos are a direct reference to the ancient scriptures. It's not a figment of imagination by any modern day astrologer. And the ancient scriptures have described another classification based on which we can determine as to how healthy we are and how we can manage our health, rather, or how we can pretty much stay away from diseases. Okay, and the knowledge from the scriptures related to the zodiac signs is very important. So we are going to be talking about zodiac signs, and this would be explaining us from an Ayurvedic point of view. And people who are not familiar with what Ayurveda is, it's the Eastern science of medicine. Okay, so we are following the Western science today, where we use a lot of medicines, Western medicines, which are pretty much chemicals. But in ancient India, they used to have something called Ayurveda, where they used the power of the herbs, and that was called Ayurveda in that day and age, if you can say that in Sanskrit or Hindi rather. What is Ayurveda? And there were sages who had written scriptures on that as well. One of the sage was Maharishi Charak. Okay, so just like we have Maharishis in astrology, we had Maharishis in the science of medicine as well, which once again I'll say it's called Ayurveda. Okay, it's not one of those 4 Vedas, but it's Ayurveda. It's one of the Vedangas, or one of the limbs of the Vedas. It's very important. And today we'll be trying to connect the zodiac signs with Ayurveda and see how healthy we are and how we can manage our health better and how we can stay away from diseases, like I said. Okay, so just like we've had other classifications of zodiac signs, today the classification of zodiac signs is based on three types of doshas or dhatus, either way you can call it. It's actually an element or the type of constitution rather. So dhatu is the Sanskrit word, and dosha is another Sanskrit word which says the defect because of the imbalance of those dhatus. Okay, so that's how it is classified. So there are 3 dhatus given to us by the ancient sages, which are pitta, which are actually elements, nothing but elements. Pitta, which is the fire element. Okay, but in Sanskrit it's called pitta, P-I-T-T-A, pitta. Then it is kapha, which is the water element, and then it is the vata, which is the air element. Okay, so either you can call it dhatu or element, either ways. But whenever these 3 elements in our bodies, again, the pitta is fire, the kapha is water, and the vata is air. Whenever these three, fire, water and air, get imbalanced, it becomes a dosha. Dosha means defect. So dosha is the Sanskrit word for defect, okay? And it's been very beautifully explained and connected through the zodiac signs by the ancient sages. So what the ancient sages have said, that out of the 12 zodiac signs, the Pitta zodiac signs are Aries, Leo and Sagittarius, okay? The first, the fifth and the ninth zodiac sign in the Kala Purusha Kundali. So don't confuse it with a birth chart where you go to the birth chart and see the first house, fifth house and ninth house. No, it's not that. Only if you look at from the Kala Purusha Kundali or the birth chart, meaning which you have to start from Aries as the ascendant, and then the fifth house automatically becomes Leo and the ninth house automatically becomes Sagittarius, okay? So these zodiac signs, the three zodiac signs, represent the fire element or the fire dhatu, okay? And once again, these are represented through Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Now moving on to the second zodiac sign from Aries, which is Taurus. So Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn have the air element or the air dhatu. Some people call it wind as well, but it's air. So the air element is represented through these zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. So how do we kind of make it easy for us to remember these? If you see, the fire element zodiac signs are 5 signs from it. So Leo is 5 signs from Aries and Sagittarius is 5 signs from Leo. So go ahead 5 times, 5 signs, move ahead 5 signs. So those are the fire zodiac signs. Then from Aries, move to the second zodiac sign. That comes under the air signs or air zodiac signs. So it starts with Taurus, move 5 zodiac signs ahead, it will be Virgo. Then from Virgo, move 5 zodiac signs ahead, it'll be Capricorn, okay? So that's the second classification. The third classification is from Taurus, move to the next zodiac sign, which is Gemini, okay? Move 5 zodiac signs ahead, it'll be Libra. Move 5 zodiac signs ahead from Libra, it'll be Aquarius. So the Gemini, Libra and Aquarius zodiac signs are Tri-dhatu, okay? Or 3 element zodiac sign. Tri means 3. Tri is a Sanskrit word for 3, and dhatu is of course the element, as we've been talking. So the third classification is neither fire, neither air, but it's Tri-dhatu, okay? So once again, these are Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, which are 5 zodiac signs from each other, okay? So move 5 zodiac signs from Gemini, it is Libra. Move 5 zodiac signs from Libra, it is Aquarius. These are Tri-dhatu signs, or it has 3 elements in it. It has all the 3 elements in it. And then the fourth classification comes in. So when I say, going back to the Tri-dhatu signs, when I say all the 3 elements, it means it has the fire element, it has the water element and it has the air element, all 3 in them. So these 3 zodiac signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, have all 3 elements. Then we go to the fourth classification, and this is Cancer, because after Gemini comes Cancer, so start from there. Gemini, then move 5 zodiac signs ahead, it will be Scorpio. Move 5 zodiac signs ahead, it'll be Pisces. So Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces are Kapha in nature, okay? And Kapha is the Sanskrit word for water element, okay? So there are 4 classifications given to us which are related to the zodiac signs. The first classification, once again, is the fire element and represented by the first zodiac sign in the Kala Purusha Kundli, which is Aries, then move 5 zodiac signs ahead, Leo, and then 5 zodiac signs ahead, Sagittarius. Similarly, the air or wind element or dhatu is represented through 3 zodiac signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Then the zodiac signs which represents all 3 air, wind or air, fire, air, and water, all these 3 elements are represented by these 3 zodiac signs, or in other words, these 3 zodiac signs represents all these 3 elements, which are fire, air, and water. And what are those zodiac signs? They are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, and then the 4th classification starts from Cancer, goes to Scorpio and Pisces, which are completely water element. So these are dhatus, which actually you can look at a person's birth chart and see as to what dhatu is ruling or kind of managing, you know, his body. You know, what is sustaining? That's a better word. What is sustaining his body? So for some people, water dhatu or water element sustains the body most. Of course, we need all the 3 dhatus, 3 elements, and this video is too small to go into further finer details, so don't jump to a conclusion based on what you listen here. Do some more research on it as well. So some people, like I said, you know, they're more sustained by the water element or the water dhatu. Some people are more sustained by the air element or the air dhatu, and some people are more sustained by the fire element or the fire dhatu. And I've already explained you as to what zodiac signs have a connection with fire, what zodiac signs have a connection with water, what zodiac signs have a connection with the air or wind, and what zodiac signs have the connection with all these 3 dhatus or elements. And the most lucky people are which have a connection with these 3 dhatus. Well, I wouldn't say lucky, but it's just that all these 3 dhatus are sustaining their bodies best. So, and whenever there is an imbalance in these dhatus or elements, so say for example, if a person is ruled or sustained by the fire element or dhatu, if it gets imbalanced, then there's a problem in his body and he can get a disease. Similarly, a person who is sustained by the water element can actually, if it gets imbalanced, then his body is not sustained as well, and then he can, you know, get diseased, or there could be problems in his body. Similarly, the 3rd classification of these 3, the tri-dhatu or the 3 elements person, if there's an imbalance of these 3 elements, all these 3 elements, then again there could be, you know, problems in his body and he can get disease. And similarly, the 4th classification, people who are sustained by water as well, you know, if there's an imbalance in this dhatu or element which sustains his body, then there could be a problem in his body and he could get a disease. Okay, so I've explained you as to what these 3 dhatus are. I've explained you that there are 4 classification, which is these 3 dhatus, and the 4th classification, or actually it comes in sequence as a 3rd classification, is the zodiac sign, or are the zodiac signs which are sustained by all these 3 dhatus or elements, which is fire, air, and water. So I've explained you that as well. Now the $1 million question comes is that how do you determine as to what dhatu or what element that person is? And that is going to come through a lot of practice as to what are the zodiac signs, what are the houses. One of the house, very important house, of course, is always the ascendant. And then what are the other houses which keep the body healthy? Okay, now another thing which I would like to warn you here, that do not get confused as far as the dhatus or elements are concerned with the planets. Okay, so just to give you an example, if it's Scorpio which is influencing or sustaining a body, okay, it comes under the classification of a water element or a kapha element, okay. However, the lord of Scorpio is Mars, and Mars itself is not a kapha element planet. It is mostly, not mostly, but it is the pitta or the fire element. So there's a slight contradiction here. So don't just look at Scorpio and think, okay, well, the lord of Scorpio is Mars, so let's consider this as the fire element. No, the lord is a fire element of Scorpio. The lord of Scorpio is Mars, which is a fire element or a fire dhatu. But the zodiac sign itself, the Scorpio zodiac sign itself, is a water element. So today we are just talking about zodiac signs as far as these dhatus are concerned, these elements are concerned. But when you do an analysis of a chart as to what dhatu or element sustains this person, take into consideration the planets as well as the zodiac signs, okay, and what affects both the zodiac signs and the planets are having on his birth chart and eventually his body, okay. So I don't want to get into details as to, you know, other than a little statement which I just made that look at the ascendant, but it's a very tricky business, so you could get wrong there, so a lot of practice needs to be done. But I just wanted to give you the basics of this beautiful science of Ayurveda and how it is connected with the astrological zodiac signs and how the ancient sages have given us that connection, explained it very beautifully. But it cannot be explained in one shloka, obviously. You know, Ayurveda is a very deep science. I just don't want to be telling you something, and I don't want astrologers to, based on this video, go and start analyzing and coming to a conclusion as to what dhatu a person is ruled by and what dhatu or what element is sustaining that person, and then make their recommendations based on this just video. So it's a very, very deep analysis, like I said, the astrologer has to do, and he has to go both into the zodiac signs and the planets, and there could be contradictions, like I just gave you an example. So today's topic is obviously about explaining you about how the zodiac signs are classified into 4 types of, there are 3 dhatus, and the 4th classification, which actually in sequence comes as a 3rd, is a person who's sustained by all these 3 dhatus or elements, okay. So hopefully you did enjoy this video on the connection of Ayurveda and Jyotish or Vedic astrology, and you'll try to do some more research and try to understand it more and try to analyze, and it comes under the area of medical astrology. Try to analyze people who are suffering from diseases or ill health based on the zodiac signs and the planets both, and based on some more research, and more videos will be forthcoming. Definitely I'll be discussing about the part where it explains about the pitta, kapha and vata elements or dhatus as far as the planets is concerned. So we'll discuss that separately in another video, but this is an introduction. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and in the meanwhile I will recommend subscribe to my channel, check out my website, there is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic in Vedic astrology very soon. Thank you.